What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Michaela. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And to my OG subscribers and my new subscribers, I just want to say thank you guys so much for just showing the channel support. It really does mean a lot, and I appreciate you guys. So in today's video, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of a follow-up to the last video that I posted. If you haven't seen it, it's basically me talking about my journey of being single and getting to a place of being happy within my singleness journey, but also preparing for when I do get into the next relationship and ultimately marriage. And in that video, I briefly talked about how I worked on myself and healed myself, which kind of helped me get to this place of being happy. And so in today's video, I want to share with you guys what that work was for me and kind of how I went about doing the work. And, I just want to say that what I'm going to share in this video today are things that worked for me. They're things that I did. I'm not an expert. I'm not licensed in psychology or anything like that. I'm just a woman who has lived life and experienced things and have learned from my experiences. And so that's what I'm here to share. I 100% believe that you should go to therapy. You should talk to someone who is licensed in things, especially if you're dealing with some heavy stuff. But again, like I said, the stuff that I'm going to share today are things that I did for myself to kind of help me get to this place of being happy. And, hopefully it may be helpful to someone else out there. But again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, do your own due diligence, do your own research on what you may need, and also go speak to someone licensed if you are in a situation where you really need to talk to someone and you need help. So I just wanted to get that out there. But so let's just go ahead and kind of jump into this. So what even started the process of me even doing work on myself in the first place? So I want to say it was maybe 2017 or 2018. I can't fully remember. But I remember I had just gotten out of a serious connection that I was in. And I remember being so heartbroken when that connection ended. I was just really sad for like 3 days. I didn't have an appetite. I didn't want to do anything. I just cried and cried. Like, I was just really sad. And on day 3, I was like, you know what? I never want to feel like this again. I never want to allow myself to even be in a position to where a relationship has this much power over me to make me feel this way. So that was the first step. Identifying that I did not like how I was feeling and I didn't like the experiences that I was having. And I made the decision that I was never going to allow myself to go through those experiences and to feel that way again. And so the first thing that I thought to do was I'm going to just start going to the gym. I don't know why whenever I get to a place of like feeling like less empowered, I feel that going to the gym will help me, and it always does. I don't know if it'll help other people out there, but I know for me, anytime that I've gone to the gym or I've really gone hard with like my diet, eating clean, fasting, working out, yoga, dance, like anything that just really focuses on the body in a good, pure way, that has always made me feel better about myself. Not only does it make me feel better about myself, I guess because it's healthy, but also because the results make me they make me feel sexier, and I feel more beautiful and pretty. And so that was the first thing that I did to kind of like work on myself, was working on my body. Then I had to get to a place of working on my mind. And a part of this was me reading different books. During this time, I was a part of a mentorship organization. And as a part of our commitment to the organization, we had to read 15 minutes every day. And the books that we read were specifically designed based on like different categories that they had. So they had books on relationships, books on connecting with people, books on building businesses, books on like mindfulness and things like that. So I was reading all of these different books, and I can honestly say that reading did help me a lot because when you read, it gives you access to knowledge that you may not have known before, and it helps you be able to understand things from a different perspective. And so I started reading different books that really just helped me with recognizing that like the energy that I put out is the energy that I get back. What I think about, what I speak over myself is what can ultimately manifest, and also focusing on what do I truly believe. And so I had to really do some like deep diving on, okay, why am I attracting these relationships that are not working out? What role am I playing within these relationships? Because, it's not just their fault. I can't just blame them for why certain things are happening. I have to take accountability and responsibility for the role that I played. What red flags did I ignore? Like, let's keep it honest here. Like, a lot of the times when we get in relationships that are not good for us, we know that. Like, we see the red flags, but we choose to ignore it because maybe deep down there's a lack mindset thing going on, or there's low self-esteem or low self-worth, and you feel like maybe you can't find anything better, or maybe we have codependency issues and we're not okay with being alone, so we'd rather deal with the red flags than to be alone. It could be all kinds of things. And so I had to really take a step back and analyze, okay, what role did I play? And so reading books did kind of help me with that. And I think reading books it's been really beautiful for me because, like I said, it's taught me a lot, but it's also empowered me as well. Because once you can kind of recognize that you played a role in certain experiences, it empowers you, because that lets you know that moving forward, you can now make different decisions and play a different role, play a better role, so you can have different and better outcomes. I also did go to therapy for a little while. I had 2 different therapists, and the therapy sessions that I had, they were very helpful for the time. I'm not currently in therapy right now, and the reason for that is because I felt like I had gotten to a point in therapy where, and I don't know, maybe I just needed a new therapist, but I felt like they weren't really helping me anymore. I felt like I was helping myself more from my own kind of, research and knowledge than based on what I was experiencing within therapy. And I was also paying for it too. So I'm like, why am I paying for something that I'm figuring out on my own? But before I got to that point of feeling like I didn't need it, it was helpful because they definitely helped me really take a step back and analyze my life and look at my childhood, look at my relationship with my parents and how that could play different roles within connections that I had, different experiences that I've had that have kind of just shaped my overall thought process. So therapy was definitely helpful for me in that sense. And I will definitely go back to therapy in the future when I feel it's the right time for me to go. And I feel like I found a therapist that I resonate with and one that I feel like can actually help me. So those were some of the things that I did to work on myself. Some other things that I did, because it's been like a 5-6 year process of like really doing work. And it takes time, everybody's journey is different. Some people, maybe the work that you do only takes you 2 years and then you get to a place of being happy. Maybe some of you, it's 6 months. For me, it was a few years. It took a while. But some of the other work that I did was really learning about the law of attraction and the law of assumption, manifestation and all this stuff, really learning more and more about it and strengthening that muscle within myself. And the more that I started to learn about the law of attraction, the more that I was learning that it really and truly is about your vibration. And your vibration is, what do you feel about yourself? What do you believe about yourself? What do you say about yourself? Like, all of these things kind of make up your vibration. And your vibration is what ultimately would attract certain situations into your life. And so as I started to do the work on myself and I started to really focus on raising my vibration and being intentional about focusing on my vibration, I started to become less attracted to the connections that I was attracted to before. And that was because I had attracted those connections from a low vibrational state. And I've mentioned this in a couple other videos of how important your vibration is, but it really can impact your reality, and I think a part of why I've started teaching about the law of attraction on this channel is because it is a law that is happening whether we know it or not. And so, like I've said in other videos, there may have been times where I was unintentionally manifesting things into my life because I didn't even realize that my vibration was attracting those experiences. And so I really started to become more intentional about raising my vibration. Some of the things that I did to raise my vibration was I started really doing things that made me happy, like getting back into the arts, dance, music, songwriting, making YouTube videos. Like, these are things that truly make me happy and that bring a lot of joy to my life. And so it allowed for me to focus my energy on the things that I love and not be so focused on the things that I didn't have, whether it was the relationship or whether, it was the certain type of wealth that I was desiring. Like, I started to gear my focus on the things that I could do to bring more joy and happiness into my life. And I think in my last video, the reason why I was talking about doing the work on yourself and being happy with being single is because being in a relationship, at least for me, like, I'm not trying to get into a relationship. I'm not trying to get married so that I can be happy. I want to be happy on my own, and then the relationship comes and it's two happy people that are together and it's just magical. Like, that's what I have a desire for. And everyone has different things that they desire. Like, maybe some people truly will not be happy until they are married. And if that is you, more power to you. And I hope that if that is you and you get married, I hope that you find that happiness and you stay happy, But for me, and in what I believe as far as like when it comes to what you attract and manifest, I wanted to attract a partner from a place of, abundance, from a place of love, from a place of self-love, self-worth, and fully knowing who I am as a person. And so that I could attract someone else who was on that same vibration. And then we come together and just create an amazing relationship because we're already whole and complete on our own. And so, the reason why I really wanted to just share this video about doing the work is because I think the work is very important for both men and for women. Men and women, we all have different things that we're navigating and different things that we have to work on within ourselves so that we can have flourishing relationships together. And I think it would be naive to make it seem like we don't need to work on ourselves because we do. Like, none of us are perfect. We're all here to learn and to experience life and to learn these lessons so that we can teach others and help others overcome the challenges that maybe we've experienced. At least that's what I believe. But I do feel that, like, since I've been doing this work on myself, with the help of like friends and family, because again, yes, I have been doing the work on myself, but I haven't been by myself in this journey. I've had an amazing support system, family, friends, parents, mentors, people who I look up to who are in healthy relationships. I've also gotten a lot of advice on just attracting the right partner because I have close friends and mentors who are in healthy, thriving marriages. And so that's another thing that I would recommend is if you are someone who is single and you are looking to be in a healthy relationship and you're looking to be married, I would start studying healthy marriages and studying people who have the kind of relationship that maybe you desire. And of course, you can only take so much because your relationship is going to be different. It's not going to look exactly like theirs. But I think it is wise to seek counsel from people who have the results that you want in all areas of your life. And so those are just some of the things that, I did to kind of really get to this place of being happy. And it just feels really good. Like, I can honestly say, maybe a few years ago, I was not this happy with my life right now. I just wasn't. I was doing things that I didn't want to do. I was working jobs that made me unhappy. I was really just a people pleaser, to the max, and just did not fully understand my worth. And I'm so happy to now be in this place where I understand who I am, and I'm actually working on projects and things that I love. And I do feel like because of where I am now, it has allowed for me to attract much better connections and people who are much more intentional about treating me the way that I've always wanted to be treated and the way that I deserve. So I hope this video was helpful. I didn't have my notes today because I wanted to just kind of speak from the heart. And, I feel like, I'm not perfect. I'm not an expert. Like I said, I'm not licensed in anything but driving. So the stuff that I'm sharing with you guys, it's just coming from the heart. It's coming from a place of love. Look at me as your internet sister, your internet friend, your internet cousin, whatever. that's just here to just kind of just share with you guys the things that I've experienced and the things that have helped me thus far. And as I'm growing and learning and evolving, I'm sure maybe things that I'm teaching today might change. I might have a different perspective in a year or two. And I think that's the beauty of life, is that as we grow and we change, our outlook changes, our perspective changes, and we become wiser. And as I'm growing, I will continue to share the knowledge that I've gained with you guys. So I love you all so much. I hope that this video was helpful to someone out there. And until next time,